Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources.
Washington Post World, September 11, 12:15 America, New York. Report. Gas explosion in Chinese apartment building kills 8. A Chinese news agency says 8 people were killed in an explosion and fire caused by a leak from a liquefied gas cylinder in an apartment building in the Northeast. Washington Post World, September 11, 12:13 America, New York. Strong typhoon increases in force as it heads toward Taiwan. Taiwan's Weather Bureau is warning of high winds and heavy rain as Typhoon Chantha roars toward the island and says the storm center is likely to pass its east coast instead of hitting land.
September 11, 7:23 America, New York. Everyone knows where they were on 9/11. You told us what happened next. I was suddenly representing 1.6 billion Muslims. U.S. Muslims reflect on how 9/11 changed their lives. What a murder at an Arizona gas station after 9/11 showed about hate and violence against Sikhs, Muslims, Arabs and South Asians. September 11, 7:23 America, New York. The 9/11 photos we will never forget. In an attack orchestrated by al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden, 19 men hijacked 4 passenger planes on September 11, 2001. September 11, 7:16 America, New York. Obama reflects on 20th anniversary of 9/11's. American heroes run towards danger in order to do what is right. Former President Barack Obama on Saturday reflected on the 20th anniversary of the September 11 terrorist attacks, paying tribute to the thousands of Americans who died that day and reinforcing his commitment to honoring their legacy. September 11, 7:06 America, New York. 9/11 sparked an age of tumult. America went into battle on September 11, 2001, united in defense of its values and way of life.
Washington Post World, September 11, 7 o'clock America, New York. One of the highest-profile wildlife trafficking cases along the U.S.-Mexico border offers a rare glimpse into the exotic animal trade. Once the animals were trafficked across the border, including endangered species and venomous snakes, they were shipped in the mail.
Time, September 11, 7 o'clock America, New York. How 9/11 radically expanded the power of the U.S. government. 2 decades ago, the deadly terror attacks on 9/11 changed nearly all aspects of American life. Culture shifted, imbued with heightened levels of fear. The U.S.
September 11, 6:58 America, New York. Nadia Nadim. I'm actually the picture of everything the Taliban don't want their women to be. Nadia Nadim remembers the moment she fell in love with football. September 11, 6:57 America, New York. This is what the process of going on a ventilator looks like. CNN's Randy Kay reports from St. Anthony's Hospital in St. Petersburg, Florida, where nearly all of the ICU beds are filled with COVID-19 patients. September 11, 6:57 America, New York. Fact-checking the false viral story about F-22 pilots resigning after vaccination text from Defense Secretary. False claims went viral on Friday about Air Force pilots and the Pentagon's COVID-19 vaccine mandate for members of the military.
Washington Post World, September 11, 6:56 America, New York. Turkey. Attack on troops in Syria kills 2 soldiers, wounds 3. Turkish officials say an attack on Turkish troops in Syria's northwestern Idlib province has left 2 soldiers dead and 3 others wounded.
BBC News World, September 11, 6:46 America, New York. 20 years on from 9/11, a trial like no other begins at Guantanamo Bay. After 2 decades, the trial of 5 men accused of involvement in the 9/11 attacks finally begins. Mirror World News, September 11, 6:32 America, New York. Mystery as human skeleton found in hospital lift that had not been opened for 24 years. The identity of the dead person found is currently unknown and authorities have sent DNA taken from the skeleton to a laboratory to be tested to determine who it could be.
RT World News, September 11, 6:21 America, New York. Libya risks slipping into new round of civil war and violence if crucial December elections not held, UN envoy. The UN envoy to Libya has warned that the war-torn country could slip into conflict once again if presidential and parliamentary elections set for December are aborted.
Wall Street Journal World News, September 11, 6 o'clock America, New York. Anti-racism push prompts rethink of Asia's beautiful white creams. Global skincare companies are split over a term commonly used on Asian anti-blemish creams that means beautiful white, with Unilever erasing it from products while Johnson says it isn't offensive.
September 11th. 5:52 America, New York. Prince Andrew served with legal papers for sex abuse lawsuit, Virginia Giuffre's lawyers claim. A process server for Virginia Roberts Giuffre's legal team attempted service on UK's Prince Andrew by delivering legal documents to the Royal Lodge in Windsor, England, according to New York court documents. September 11th. 5:33 America, New York. Super typhoon Chantha makes landfall in the Philippines before tracking towards Taiwan. Super typhoon Chantha made landfall in the far northern Philippines on Saturday, bringing destructive winds and heavy rain to the archipelago.
Washington Post World, September 11th, 5:27 America, New York. Queen offers thoughts and prayers on anniversary of 9/11. Queen Elizabeth II marked the 20th anniversary of the September 11th attacks by offering her sympathies to the victims, survivors and families affected by the atrocity.
BBC News World. September 11th, 5:03 America, New York. Escaped zebras spark double takes and denials in Maryland. They have been roaming Maryland for more than a week. A U.S. politician says, "I did not let them loose."
New York Times World News. September 11th, 5 o'clock America, New York. Reporters in Afghanistan face an intolerant regime. Everything changed overnight. The Taliban promised to respect press freedoms, but the new government has already showed signs of repression, and has even physically assaulted Afghan journalists. 2 Afghan journalists who said they were beaten by members of the Taliban because they covered a protest in Kabul last week. New York Times World News. September 11th, 5 o'clock America, New York. Berlin clubs return with a vengeance. A discotheque successfully sued the city over its ban on indoor dancing, and clubs have reopened. But if there's a spike in coronavirus cases, the local government has explored a backup plan. Party-goers line up in front of the Kit Kat Club in Berlin on Sept. New York Times World News. September 11th, 5 o'clock America, New York. It's a godsend, 9-cent taxi rides in rural South Korea. One county's plan to help older, carless citizens stuck in remote villages proved wildly popular and has been copied across South Korea, revolutionizing public transportation in the countryside. Cheon Ya, 78. Hong Sok-soon, 77. And Na Jung-soon, 85, on a taxi trip that would cost them pennies.